Imagine this. It's 1996. A new manga called Yu-Gi-Oh! Debuts in Shonen Jump. It features a spooky card game with cool monsters that are kind of like all over the place. They kind of look crazy. And in the game, only the hero can master the specifics of that game. By 2000, that card game was everywhere. It was created by a guy named Kazuki Takahashi. It sold 40 million copies. It spawned an anime, inspired Konami to launch the Duel Monsters game in Japan in 1999 and in North America in 2002. The timing was absolutely perfect because Pokemon was still massive and huge, and kids love trading cards. I mean, look at all these cards. These are so cool. These monsters are just really cool. Konami even made the series more kid-friendly and tied it to the trading cards. Soon, characters like Yugi and Kaiba were pop stars. They sold out action figures, sold out video games, all the while teaching fans how to duel. In short order, Yu-Gi-Oh! Went from a small, niche horror manga to a cross-media juggernaut. So what really happened was quiet, but massive. By 2009, Guinness declared Yu-Gi-Oh! The top-selling trading card game in the world. They sold over 22.5 billion cards. By 2011, Konami tallied 25.2 billion cards sold. And by 2021, estimates hit close to 35 billion. At even a few dimes a card, that's over $10 billion from pack sales alone. Putting this into perspective, Konami's entire digital entertainment division, which includes the video games and Yu-Gi-Oh! Products, made about 305 billion yen. That's close to 2.3 billion US dollars. And this was in fiscal 2024. Proof that this card game is still serious business and extremely lucrative for Konami and the trading card universe in general. In fiscal year 2024, that number, that 35 billion we talked about, Konami's digital entertainment segment was 2.3 billion. And that was up 22.5% from the year before, mainly because of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, why is Yu-Gi-Oh! So big? Well, Yu-Gi-Oh! Sits in the big three in terms of trading cards. Number one is Pokemon, number two is Yu-Gi-Oh!, and then you have Magic the Gathering. Actually, that's not really in a specific order, but those are the big three. Pokemon is bigger than Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic. They've sold about 75 billion cards over the life of the franchise. Pokemon brand sales alone go above 12 billion. At least that's what it was estimated at in 2024. Yu-Gi-Oh! Sits at number two with that 2.2 billion that we spoke about, and below that is Magic the Gathering with $1.7 billion in revenue. You should know Magic is backed by Hasbro, one of the leading toy companies in the world, so they're not going anywhere either. Now, why is Yu-Gi-Oh! So big? Well, we all know how big Pokemon is, and I have videos about Pokemon linked up here where I talk about the trading card and why it's so popular. But don't count out Yu-Gi-Oh! The collector friendly is very real. I, for example, have the Blue Eyes White Dragon card. It's one of my favorite cards from when I was a kid. It's a PSA 6 from a retro pack, which is a kind of rare pack, but hey, I love the design on this card enough to get it graded. Isn't that nice? Look at that. And like the Blue Eyes White Dragon, you'll have cards like the Dark Magician, you'll have cards like Red Eyes Black Dragon, and so many other nostalgic era cards that go with the anime that people love and still love to collect to this day because it reminds them of their childhood. So I'm not a massive Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan and I don't play the game that crazily, but I know these cards exist and there are some really awesome cards with amazing designs that I should get graded, but I just don't have the time. So let's add up all of these financials. Yu-Gi-Oh! Might not be quite a household name like Pokemon, but it's up there. Over $10 billion of revenue is easily conceivable over the life of the franchise, given that so many cards sell at such accelerated volume every single year. Now, one of the big reasons why Yu-Gi-Oh! Has remained relevant for so long is because of its tournament culture. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Game is a fantastic game, and in my opinion, the trading card game plays a lot better than Pokemon. Why? Because number one, Yu-Gi-Oh! Did a fantastic job of making a game that was action-packed and fast. When you put down monsters like these in Yu-Gi-Oh!, you can quickly attack and destroy one of your opponents very easily. In Yu-Gi-Oh, the rules are really simple. Each side has, in essence, monsters. So monsters like these, 3-star, 4-star, depending on how many attack points and hit points that they have. And then you try and attack based on those monsters facing away from each other. And then one monster attacks the other one. They kill their attack points, kill their life points. And in a very small nutshell, it's easy to destroy an opponent if the spell cards and the trap cards and the monster cards go head to head. So whereas in Pokemon, you have to really boost up your monsters to get them to attack, in Yu-Gi-Oh, you can do it all in one turn. And these mechanics makes the game go faster, a lot quicker. And in tournaments, this can be a very quick and innovative way to approach the game. You also have several different types, fields, energies, spell cards, trap cards that allow your monsters to get stronger and attack. There's field cards that trap monsters, and it's just a more action-friendly game, and you can be very strategic about it if you're a good player. Pokemon, on the other hand, it's a much longer game, and the reason why is you have to use energy cards to boost up Pokemon, and that takes several turns to do. And although the Pokemon anime was fantastic and really grew the game, Yu-Gi-Oh plays a lot better as trading cards, and in tournaments, that has been a great way to keep the game relevant. The second reason why is Yu-Gi-Oh has done a great job expanding on the meta every single year. A deck from 2005 will not be able to compete with a deck from 2025. Why? Because the game mechanics change year over year and the monsters just get stronger and stronger and stronger, and the gameplay becomes more and more complicated, convoluted, and far more strategic. What that means is you gotta keep up with the meta every single year to make sure you have the best deck. It's a bit like milking the system, but it's a great idea because it keeps gamers, especially duelists, as they like to call it, really involved in every single year of when new decks come out. Because if you don't buy the latest deck, most likely, you're not going to be able to win a tournament at your local card game store. This is why the tournament play has become very, very relevant every single year in Yu-Gi-Oh! And they've remained very strong every single year. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has always done a really good job also of digital expansion. So not only are you able to play the games by buying the card, you can buy different types of decks online, you can access different decks online, play multiplayer, and still hone your skills every single year based on new games and decks that come out. Even if you don't have it and you don't have the paper trading cards, you can still play the game online very quickly. You can even duel globally in tournaments by staying in the US and playing with somebody in Canada or France or wherever you are, and this sort of interconnected gameplay has kept Yu-Gi-Oh! Very relevant. Yu-Gi-Oh! Also did fantastic branding. Beyond the original anime, Konami created several different spin-off series like 5Ds, Zexal, and several others that kept the anime also very consistent and helped new generations of fans latch onto the story. While the series weren't necessarily big hits in the West, like Yugi and Kaiba and that original storyline, they were really big on manga and in reprints and in Japan. For example, Konami streams animated shorts like Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Game Chronicles on YouTube, keeping the lore alive, the story very interesting, and the best big superfans who play in the tournaments to be engaged and share that story with their community and their friends. All this means is that Yu-Gi-Oh! Had a great Cartoon Network run in the West. But that didn't kick it away at all because it's still alive and kicking in the anime world for several generations of fans, old and new. Today, Yu-Gi-Oh! Might not dominate morning cartoon runs, but it thrives online and is still very much kicking. Yu-Gi-Oh! Also did really well with older generations of fans because there were fun abridged versions that you can still find on YouTube that had a lot of toilet humor attached to it. And online fans loved that, and it became very meme culture as well. And people still love those abridged series. I still watch it from time to time because it makes me laugh. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was also very lucky because when Twitch and YouTube streaming came about, card lovers and card collectors became very involved in the Twitch sort of gaming aspect of Yu-Gi-Oh! And other card games. There are dozens of creators who live stream deck construction, deck gameplay, mechanics, do a lot of pack openings as well. Official and big fan tournaments get live commentary from big influencers. For example, Master Duel tournaments always trend on Twitch, which is amazing for like a game that was a niche card game. It shows you how big the fan base still is, and it brings a tear to my eye to see that this thing got so big over time. Actually, one of the most fun things that I like seeing alive is that people summon their favorite monsters in real time, and that just is so cool because as a kid we couldn't do that and share our love for dueling. A second thing also brings Yu-Gi-Oh into the spotlight. There's a massive retro enthusiasm. Look at me, I'm 32 years old and I still love Yu-Gi-Oh and still love these OG cards. What does that mean? For others like me, there's many millennials like me out there. Even though new sets keep coming, many players choose to play the old school formats for fun. Right now, the game is so complicated and the meta is so weird that I don't have interest in the game. I just like playing the old school stuff with my friends who are my age because it's just fun to relive nostalgia and play with a Blue Eyes White Dragon versus a Dark Magician. And that is something I find to be a lot of fun. Every year there's a GOAT format for old school gameplay, and those seats sell out like almost immediately. So there's a big retro enthusiasm for the old school style of gameplay and dueling. And number 3, there's a massive sustained community for Yu-Gi-Oh that is very insular and still continues to grow. Why? Conventions and gaming shops frequently host Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. It's a staple of tabletop gaming right now. The best part is dads pass it on to their sons, and moms pass it on to their daughters, and kids learn from their parents about something that their parents were super into. Older siblings pass it down to younger siblings, and this sort of like continuous stream of Yu-Gi-Oh card gameplay continues to happen. Add to the fact that there's a steady drip of collectible stuff that you can buy every year with limited edition drops. Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game is still very much relevant and people still love to use it. This is how it became a massive juggernaut every single year. In short, Yu-Gi-Oh! Didn't get the fanfare that Pokemon got. There's not massive collectibles everywhere. You can't find a Blue Eyes White Dragon plush doll in every store that you go to that houses anime culture and pop culture stuff like Pokemon does, like Pikachu is. But they quietly built a massive fan base just relying on the gameplay, the mechanics, and just the awesomeness of their card game. Yu-Gi-Oh! Rode the tailwinds of the 2000s Pokemon card, collectible card frenzy that it was at the time, and kept accelerating with each new set. They added new ban lists, and then each new tournament season they would add something very different and dynamic to supplement the game that was already growing. The result? A $10 billion trading card game empire. Konami's latest reports still emphasize Yu-Gi-Oh's place as a franchise leader. And this franchise mainstay has made sure that this game stays fresh both online and in the physical trading card universe. Pokemon may be bigger, and Magic the Gathering probably more widely played on tabletop circles. But in the world of passionate duelists, Yu-Gi-Oh! Endures. It's a deck-shuffling, dragon-summoning titan, powered by tournament culture, collector culture, and just a cool look. If you like this video, please subscribe to this channel. It takes me a lot of time to make these videos for you and do all these cool informational pieces about pop culture. And if you subscribe and share, I'll be eternally grateful to you. Thank you, and see you in the next one.